So I hope that you all are finding a place where you can sit outside with a view of the outside. Or since today's theme is water, maybe you have a glass of water or an ice cube, or maybe wherever you are, still snow. Um, Find a comfortable place. We'll be here for half an hour together to just still the turbulences of the mind by connecting to the more than human world. And as I said, you can keep your camera on or off, totally up to you. Keep your ears open. You may close your eyes if you like. You can sit. I know if you're still out and about, you can also create mindfulness even if you're walking. If you're viewing this as a recording, make sure that you have a comfortable place where you can find stillness. And then we'll give ourselves a little weather report before and after to see whether this time together, these 30 minutes that we have shifted our awareness of what's going on inside of us by shifting our awareness partially to what's going on outside of us. So welcome. Take a moment to just arrive. Maybe feeling where your body touches the earth, the ground beneath you. Recognizing the earth as holding you. You can gaze around and get an idea of where you even are. Maybe you can get a sense of where the sun is going to set. That's the west. And then across from there, maybe it's the east, where the sun rises. And then between the two is north and south. And right here in the middle is where you're sitting. You may, if you like, gently dim your lights or close your eyes. Take one hand to your heart. And as you take a deep breath into your heart space, maybe there's a sigh that wants to be let out as you exhale. I invite you to keep your breath deep, filling your whole torso with air, with it, which is partially fluid. Yeah. And then give yourself a little weather report. What does the weather look like inside of you? Is there a storm or is it calm? Just recognize the vibrations that you might sense into, and we'll check again at the end to see whether any of that has shifted. You may keep your eyes gently closed for a while if you're not walking your dog. And just invite the wisdom of water. Today's theme is the flowing with water. Recognize water as fluid and adaptable, cleansing and deeply nourishing. And notice that we too, as humans, are made of 80% water. You might feel saliva in your mouth. Recognize the water that passes through your body and gets eliminated. Recognize the fluidity of the bloodstream inside of you with each pump of your heart, connecting to that idea of water as an element that can also shift its state from solid to fluid to gas. We'll contemplate that in a little while. Bruce Lee lived by his words, be like water, making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. So as you're looking at now, taking a look around and see whether you can see any evidence of water around you. Maybe it's simply as you recognize that everything is coming back to life. Noticing sprouting of green, the juices flowing again, sap up the trees. Then take that knowing that it's all around you, in with you, into a little breathing exercise. Again, you can keep your eyes in a soft fascination gaze, or you may close them. We'll begin with a simple wave-like breath to settle the body and quiet the mind. You can place one hand on your belly, the other on your heart, or both hands on your belly. Begin to inhale slowly through your nose, imagining the breath like a gentle wave rising from your belly to your chest. Little pause at the top. And then exhaling smoothly, like a wave receding from the chest down to the belly. Inhaling through your nose, breath rising from belly to chest, cresting in a little pause, just one heartbeat. Exhaling smoothly, receding from chest down to the belly. Imagining again as you inhale the wave slowly rolling in. Little pause at the top. The wave slowly receding. Just be with the flow of this breath. Inhale, a rising wave. A little pause. Exhale, a falling wave. See whether you can make your breath even. Inhale, maybe you count it. Maybe at the same speed, count the exhale. Letting the breath be long, slow, and full. Feeling the rhythm of your own inner tides. As you continue to observe your breath, notice how each breath softens the edges within you, making space, easing the effort. Stay here for another minute, just noticing this watery breath rhythm. Taking another deep inhalation, inhaling all the scents that are available to you all the way around you. Knowing that dogs can really pick up scent because their nose is a little watery. Yeah, their nose is wet. So they pick up all these scents. So maybe if you want to, you can just lick 2 fingers and put that around your nostrils and see whether you feel the coolness of the air now coming in through your nose because your nose is wet. And can you pick up a hint of springtime? As you soften your gaze, maybe you notice water around you, or you just think about a sense of wonder when you recognize that the trees or the living green world around you is fueled by water and the absorption of water through roots in the ground. If you happen to be near water, you might want to be looking at some ripples, how they form, shift, and disappear. And you can even do that in your water glass. Or you might observe reflections. I love looking at the reflections of water against trees that stand on a nearby stream or against rocks. So reflections. Do you see any light dancing? Or if you happen to be near a lake, or imagine that you are near a lake, can you see trees mirrored or clouds drifting? Perhaps you're near a pond or a water puddle. Can you see any reflections of light or imagine them? And then should you sit near a creek, maybe gaze at the currents or imagine them, recognizing how water finds its way, always in motion, yet always at home. Allow yourself to merge with the flow of your breath, the cool serenity of the water within you, and let go of needing to do anything. Just observe, be still, let the water teach. And if you're not near water, perhaps it's helpful to close your eyes, imagining a gently flowing stream in your mind's eye. Or perhaps observing how dew glistens on leaves. Or maybe you have the memory of a rain shower, rain falling on the earth. Let your attention rest on any small movement or shimmer around you. How nature flows in its own rhythm, like water. Maybe you see a rhythm in swaying of grass or passing of clouds. Or perhaps you can listen, hearing water nearby or the echo of water within you, the pulsing of blood, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the tide of your breath. Considering the different states of water, you might ask yourself quietly, what would it feel like to move through life like water? Soft, yet strong, yielding, yet unstoppable. Water's maybe most familiar form, the rivers, streams, oceans, rain, is fluid. It responds, adapts, moves with grace. What is the lesson of water in its fluid form for you? If you had a conversation with our friend, river, ocean, what would be the advice you might be hearing? Then let your mind drift to imagine water in its solid form, ice. Some of you might have seen a glacier, stillness, boundaries. Ice is stable, it can hold shape, It preserves, contains, protects. It might remind us that sometimes we need structure and stillness or a pause to reflect. If you were having a conversation with a glacier, what would you imagine the glacier's advice to you might be? And perhaps as you gaze upward, you might see water in the form of clouds, vapor, steam, mist. It rises and spreads and transforms in the state of gas. It becomes invisible, but it's still ever present, transcending form, no longer seen, but still felt. If you were to have a conversation with a cloud, what might the cloud want to tell you? As you continue to breathe deeply and observe the ripples of movement around you as if they were ripples in water, I invite you to consider water's dance between those three states: fluid, solid, and gas, vapor. And how it doesn't lose its essence no matter its form. It's still water, always. So you too can change your pace, your approach, your emotions, and still be you. So your essence doesn't change. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back into your body. Feeling your breath once again as moving through you like waves. Maybe one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Offering a sense of gratitude to the water around you, the water within you. And your presence in this moment. Notice how you feel now. Is there more spaciousness, stillness, flow? This might be a good time to journal about what water taught you today, or where in your life you can be more fluid, maybe more accepting. I want to finish with the words of Mary Oliver. I thought the earth remembered me. She took me back so tenderly, arranging her dark skirts, her pockets full of lichens and seeds. I slept as never before, a stone on the riverbed. Nothing between me and the white fire of stars but my thoughts, and they floated light as moths among the branches of the perfect trees. All night, I heard the small kingdoms breathing around me, the insects and the birds who do their work in the darkness. All night, I rose and fell as if in water, grappling with a luminous doom. By morning, I had vanished at least a dozen times into something better. Vanishing at least a dozen times into something better. Let those words ripple through your being. May you carry the wisdom of water with you in how you breathe, how you move, and how you meet life. Flexible, fluid. I am so grateful that you came and you sat with me today. Let's take a big breath in and a cleansing breath out. May you flow so gently into whatever comes next this evening for you. If you would like to share something that you noticed, that would be lovely. You can share it in the chat box. You can also just open your mic and speak. You can turn on your video camera, but you don't have to. Hang on, I'll finish the recording.